Hi, everybody. I wanted to jump on here really quickly and give you the latest update on the Rodney Jones and Sean Combs case. Now, before we get into it, I wanted to remind you guys that I'm just talking about what went on in court today. I'm not pulling for Diddy. I'm not hating on Little Rod. What I'm doing is telling you what happened in court, in the paperwork, and where we are, because we can't pretend like Rodney Jones is killing it in court, and he's not. That's how people get let down by certain verdicts. You have to pay attention day by day as to what's going on and how the judge and possibly the jury is looking at things. So, with that being said, for some odd reason, Rodney can't get anyone to testify on his behalf. All the witnesses are like dropping like flies, one at a time. And that just isn't a good look. I mean, it is what it is. I want little Rodney to pull through, but if you don't have any witnesses, that's just going to make your case that much more difficult. Also, I wanted to point out, why are all these witnesses dropping like flies? Are they being paid off by P. Diddy? I mean, it is what it is. Let's not forget, he's done this before. In the Steve Stout case, he paid him $500,000. And then in the UCLA football coach case where he hit the coach on the head with a kettlebell, and there were the whole team in the room and other coaches, everybody saw what happened, but all of a sudden he decides to drop the case, the coach, because the rumor is he got paid off. Now, let's be real, people. If you hit anybody in the head with a kettlebell, they're not going to turn the other cheek. But if you offer them $500,000 to $1,000,000, suddenly, hey, that kettlebell didn't hurt so much anymore. So I'm thinking Diddy's back up to his old tricks. Now let's get into what happened today. So we know that they included Motown executives in the in the lawsuit. They dropped, oh my God, what is her name? Oh, Ethiopia. Now, Ethiopia came out today because everyone was saying, oh, she's going to turn against Diddy. She's going to testify against Diddy. She said out her own mouth, she will not be testifying against Diddy. So they dropped her. They left the CEO, Lucian, and Lucian's team came out swinging. They had a very, accusatory letter. They said that Blackburn didn't know what he was doing, the prosecutor, and that they were going to file on his license. They were going to go to the bar and said that he was inadequate to be an attorney. And this was like unbelievably harsh. It was like they just went for the juggler. And then in return, Blackburn did another salacious letter to them. So I've been reading letters for the last 2 days, and he said that no, we're not dropping you. He's telling the judge, please don't drop Lucian from the lawsuit because we have evidence to support that he was a partner with P. Diddy and this wasn't a license deal. But this is the evidence that they submitted as proof that Motown was in a partnership with P. Diddy. And not only were they in a partnership, Motown supplied money, P. Diddy with money, and he used that money to do illegal activities. Now, look, they claim that they got this from their website, and it says P. Diddy and Motown partner up. And they're saying because they use the word partner, that's evidence to show that they were in partnership with P. Diddy. But they have a contract that says it was a licensing deal. And I can't believe that this prosecutor with this great track record submitted this as evidence. What?
Yeah, it's so childish.
Like, you got this off of a website, huh? It just doesn't make any sense. You need better evidence than that. And I'm not disrespecting Rodney or his attorney, but I'm saying you are a seasoned prosecutor, and you should know that this is not going to be good enough. Now, unless he has something else and he's hiding that for, the big day or something, or that's not
No.
good
The little
enough.
Photoshop thing there was the smoking GUN. Look, it's childish, Sharrell.
Mhm.
Now, what did this actually have to do
It
with Lucia,
just
Motown? At the end of the day, what did this truly have to do with, I was about to call him Lil John, Lil Rod?
that's
Look,
their evidence. But it gets worse than that. So then the Motown side submitted this letter, and this letter comes from a woman named Martha Braithwaite. Uh, she's saying in this letter, she's also a Motown employee, and she's saying that Lucian was not responsible for giving Diddy any kind of money to do illegal acts, especially when he didn't work there at the time that you're claiming. She said, I was in charge. Right here it says, I'm advised that the plaintiff in this action has claimed that Motown Records is the parent company of Love Records Inc. This is extremely inaccurate. During the relevant time frame, I was the executive responsible for handling all the business and legal affairs for Motown. She's straight out saying Lucian is not involved in this. If anybody needs to be involved, it's me.
well, there we have it.
It's not looking good in court for Team Rodney. Now, maybe they have some more evidence. I don't know. This is not a good look. This is
Oh
not
no,
a good look. And I feel that eventually they're going to have to drop Motown from this lawsuit. What were your thoughts, Perry? Because
look, I'm just saying that some people can look at the civil lawsuit with
Mhm.
Lil Rod and P. Diddy and say, oh yeah, this guy got all this evidence. P. Diddy got to be wrong. Then on the other side, I'm looking at it saying, yeah, I ain't saying P. Diddy ain't guilty of a lot of things.
Mhm.
It just seemed like somebody's, in my opinion, trying to use allegations and things like that just to get a payoff. And the lawyer name is Blackburn or Blackmail
Blackburn,
or Blackmail.
blackmail.
That's what it's starting to come across as
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Um, I really don't know. It's just crazy.
But it doesn't mean that Diddy's innocent. Diddy has enough money to have good attorneys, and they're going to do stuff like this. They're going to fight page by page. Is what it's boiling down to. But it's right now. It's just not looking good for Little Rod. It also doesn't look good that you can't bring any witnesses in. So witnesses have been dropping left and right. People don't want to testify. So
Mhm.
is Diddy blackmailing them and patting them down like they did Justin Bieber? We don't know. All we know is people don't want to testify on behalf of Rodney Jones. It's a lot, people. It is
Right.
a lot. Someone said, can blackmail win a case? Listen, this is not the first time that Diddy's been accused of blackmailing people or even paying them off. And so it worked before.
Yeah.
And that's his go-to every time he gets charged with a felony and stuff like that. He all of a sudden people start changing their mind. It could
Yeah.
very well be that he's paying people off. I'm not saying that he's not. I'm just saying it doesn't look good if you can't get anybody to testify.